While natural wonders like Niagara Falls and the Grand Canyon are some of the most well-known around the world for their sheer size, the world we live in is filled with mystery and even some things that science can't quite explain yet. Believe it or not, there are some pretty incredible places out there that most of us have never even heard of. Here are the 10 scientifically impossible places that actually exist. 10. Devil's Kettle. On the north shore of Lake Superior in Minnesota lies Judge C.R. Magny State Park. Named for the former mayor of Duluth, the park is best known as the location of Devil's Kettle. This strange waterfall splits into two due to the rock formations which cause half of the Brule River to continue on and the other half disappears into a pothole. The water falls roughly 10 feet before disappearing underground. It is believed that the water makes its way out to Lake Superior a mile away by means of underground passages, but the exact details are unknown. Researchers have yet to determine where this flow reconnect, as dies, ping pong balls, and other objects thrown into the Devil's Kettle do not reappear. Since there is no way to determine the channels the water may pass through, it has been deemed too unsafe for people to explore. 9. Ijen Volcano. It is one of the world's most unusual volcanoes because instead of producing the usual red lava and black smoke, its underground activities result in bright blue flames rising into the air. Some people even call it electric blue fire. In Indonesia, a sulfur mine was built in the side of a volcano, but there's no danger of eruption. The volcano itself is dormant, but at night a neon blue substance spills down its side, flowing like a river of lava. This phenomenon is caused by the sulfur being mined from within the volcano. Heat causes the sulfur gas trapped inside to build up and escape, causing blue flames to shoot up to 5 meters into the air. The gas then semi-solidifies into a liquid form and flows down the mountain. Once it hardens, it is mined by the workers. The sulfur in the air is toxic, and gas masks need to be worn to remain safe. But many workers cannot afford them and use wet clothes instead. 8. Hessdalen Lights. In the rural central of Norway, over the Hessdalen Valley, floating lights of white, yellow, and red cross the night sky. Known as the Hessdalen Lights, they appear at when it's dark and can last anywhere from a few seconds to longer than an hour. The lights sometimes move at an incredible speed and slowly at other times, seeming to float in midair. Since at least the early 1930s, people have spotted the lights and hypothesized what could be causing them. Some researchers believe they may be caused ionized iron dust, but tests have not been conclusive. Before we go to next place, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way you get to watch all of our weekly videos. 7. Lake Karachay. During the Cold War, the USSR was desperately working to catch up to the United States in an arms race for nuclear weapons. One of these factories was located in the southern Ural Mountains of western Russia, on the banks of Lake Karachay. While the Mayak facility was still running, they would dump radioactive material and waste directly into the water, not realizing the potential dangers. There was an accident in 1957 that caused one of the nuclear waste storage tanks to explode, causing radioactive particles to travel over 9,000 square miles. Then in 1967, there was a drought, which caused the lake to dry up and spread radioactive dust via wind power over 900 square miles. Today, most of the lake is covered by concrete, but the area is still so toxic that simply standing near it for an hour can kill someone. 6. Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle or Hurricane Alley, located in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, the Bermuda Triangle is a loosely defined triangle between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. The size of the triangle varies from 500,000 square miles to 3 times that size. According to the U.S. Navy, there is no such thing as the Bermuda Triangle, but they cannot explain why aircrafts and ships have disappeared in this region in the past. While many ships frequently pass through and commercial and private aircrafts routinely fly over, there is the odd time when they simply seem to vanish. There are some that believe the disappearances are tied to the lost city of Atlantis, which they believe lies deep beneath the tropical cyclone-rich area. Others believe that magnetic anomalies may confuse compasses in the area, causing crafts to become lost. 5. Boiling River. The Shanay-Timpishka, also known as La Bamba, is a tributary of the Amazon River. Called the only boiling river in the world, it is 6.4 kilometers long. It is known for the very high temperature of its waters, from 45 degrees Celsius to nearly 100 degrees Celsius, and boils anything that enters the water alive. The name means boiled by the heat of the sun, though the source of the heat is actually geothermal. The river is located in the Mayantoyaka Sanctuary, part of the Huanoko High Forest. The area is inhabited by an Anshanika community. Usually for a river to reach this temperature, it must be in close proximity to a volcano, but the nearest one is nearly 700 kilometers away. Animals have been observed falling into the water and being cooked from the inside out as they struggle to safety. Scientists believe there may be a fault line between the Earth that causes the phenomenon, but they have yet to prove the theory. 4. The Petrifying Well. A petrifying well is a well which gives objects a stone-like appearance. If an object is placed into such a well and left there for a period of months or years, the object acquires a stony exterior. In North Yorkshire, England, one of the UK's oldest pay-to-enter tourist attractions on the banks of the Nid River, once believed to be cursed by the devil or a witch. This cave near the town of Knaresborough seems like something from the mind of H.P. Lovecraft. The cave's entrance mildly resembles a skull. The strangest thing, however, is that anything the water of the cave touches turns to stone. Items left near the cave seem to magically turn to stone in amazingly little time. Scientists have found an unusually high mineral content in the waters of the cave. This explains why the items develop a hard shell, much like a stalactite forming. But they cannot explain how it happens so quickly. While stalactites and stalagmites can take centuries to form, the petrification of these items only takes weeks or sometimes months, depending on the size of the item. 3. Underwater Park. Grunersee, Green Lake, is a lake in Styria, Austria, in a village named Tragos. During the winter, Gruner Lake is just like any other lake, nice and calm, surrounded by a country park. However, it is surrounded by mountains, and during the spring, when the temperature rises and the snow melts, the basin of land below the mountains fills with water. During the winter, the lake has a depth of 1 to 2 meters, but as the snow melts, it goes up to 12 meters, with the water covering the surrounding park. The result is the one you see. The lake reaches its maximum depth of around 12 meters from mid-May to June and is claimed to look the most beautiful at this time. But this lasts only for about a month, as in July, the waters usually start to retreat. The lake is very popular among travelers and even locals, and it's easy to understand why. It's just like walking in a normal park, except everything is underwater. A bridge and a bench can also be found underwater, as well as several paths and trees. The water is also very clear, which is why it got its name. Grunersee means green lake. So head on to Austria and visit this amazing wonder of nature. Just remember to bring your diving gear with you. 2. Movile Cave. Movile Cave is a cave near Mangalia, Constanta County, Romania, discovered by Christian Lascu in 1986, a few kilometers from the Black Sea coast. It is notable for its unique groundwater ecosystem, rich in hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, but low in oxygen. Life in the cave has been separated from the outside for the past 5.5 million years, and it is based completely on chemosynthesis rather than photosynthesis. The cave is known to contain 48 species, among them leeches, spiders, and a water scorpion. Of these, 33 are endemic. Nipa anophthalma is the only known cave-adapted water scorpion in the world. While animals have lived in the cave for 5.5 million years, not all of them arrived simultaneously. 1. Never-ending lightning storms. Anyone that's afraid of thunderstorms definitely would want to avoid western Venezuela. Over the Catatumbo River, lightning storms begin nearly every night from 7 o'clock at night until near dawn. It can occur more than 260 nights out of the year as lightning streaks across the sky over the water. There is a period of 6 weeks in 2010 that went by without storms, causing scientists to wonder if it would return. The storms returned following the hiatus and continue to rage despite scientists being unable to determine the cause. It was once believed that the uranium in the bedrock may have contributed to the storms, but this was later disregarded as an unlikely theory. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think about places? Which one do you want to go and experience in your life? Or do you think there is another places that still scientifically prove? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.